Deep in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, the mining vessel Sisyphus drifted silently through the void. Sarah Martinez, chief engineer of the automated mining operation, stared at her diagnostics panel with growing concern. Something was interfering with their drilling equipment's quantum sensors, creating impossible readings that defied explanation. "Hey Doc, you might want to take a look at this," she called out to Dr. James Chen, the expedition's resident physicist. The aging scientist floated over in the zero-gravity environment, his silver hair forming a halo around his head. "These readings, they're like nothing I've ever seen," he muttered, adjusting his thick-rimmed glasses. "It's as if space itself is being warped around that asteroid." The object in question was unremarkable at first glance, just another rocky body in the endless sea of debris. But as they watched, strange patterns of energy began to pulse across its surface, forming intricate geometric shapes that seemed to fold in on themselves in ways that hurt the eyes to look at. "We need to get closer," Dr. Chen said, his voice trembling with excitement. "This could be it, proof of non-human intelligence." Sarah's hand hesitated over the controls. After 20 years in space, she'd developed a healthy respect for the unknown. But curiosity won out, and she carefully maneuvered the Sisyphus closer to the mysterious asteroid. As they approached, the energy patterns intensified, and suddenly their ship's systems began responding to an unknown signal. Holographic displays materialized throughout the bridge, showing complex technical schematics unlike anything they'd ever seen. "These are shipbuilding plans," Sarah breathed, her engineering background allowing her to recognize the basic principles, even though the technology was far beyond anything humanity had achieved. "But they're impossible. These designs completely ignore the laws of physics as we know them." Dr. Chen was practically bouncing with excitement. "No, not impossible. Just operating on principles we haven't discovered yet. Look at these propulsion systems. They're manipulating quantum fields in ways we've only theorized about. And these hull materials, they're designed to interface directly with spatial dimensions we can barely detect." For hours, they pored over the data streaming into their systems. The alien design showed ships that could fold space itself, vessels that could phase through solid matter, and engines that could harvest energy from the quantum foam of spacetime. It was technology that belonged in science fiction, yet here it was, being handed to humanity on a silver platter. "We need to get this back to Earth immediately," Sarah said finally, her voice hoarse from hours of excited discussion. "This changes everything." As they prepared to break orbit, the asteroid's energy patterns suddenly intensified. A beam of coherent light shot out, scanning their vessel from bow to stern. Then, as quickly as it had appeared, the energy signature vanished, leaving the asteroid looking once again like an ordinary piece of space rock. "What was that?" Sarah asked, running diagnostic checks on their systems. "I believe," Dr. Chen said slowly, "we just passed some sort of test." Think about it. These designs weren't just lying around. They were waiting for a species advanced enough to detect the quantum anomalies, but still primitive enough to benefit from this knowledge. We were meant to find this. The journey back to Earth was tense with anticipation. Both Sarah and Dr. Chen knew that humanity stood on the brink of a technological revolution. The ships they could build with these designs would transform humanity from a species confined to one solar system into true spacefaring civilization. But as Sarah studied the designs more closely, she began to notice something peculiar. The alien designs weren't complete blueprints. They were more like framework suggestions, leaving room for innovation and improvement. It was as if their mysterious benefactors wanted humanity to develop the technology in their own unique way. "They're not just giving us fish," she explained to Dr. Chen. "They're teaching us how to fish. These designs, they're meant to be built upon, improved, modified. We're meant to make them our own." The implications were staggering. This wasn't just a technological gift. It was a challenge. A challenge to see what humanity could achieve when given the basic building blocks of advanced spacefaring technology. As the Earth grew larger in their view screen, Sarah couldn't help but smile. The human race had always dreamed of the stars, but now they had the tools to reach them. And knowing humanity's endless creativity and determination, she had a feeling they were about to create ships that would astonish even their mysterious benefactors. The most outlandish ships ever built were about to become reality, and humanity was just getting started. The sprawling facility in the Nevada desert hummed with activity. 3 years had passed since the Sisyphus brought back the alien designs, and Project Prometheus was finally taking shape. Inside the massive hangar, Dr. Maya Patel stood before the skeletal framework of humanity's first quantum drive vessel, her tablet displaying an endless stream of simulation data. "The quantum field harmonics are still unstable," she muttered, more to herself than to her colleague. Dr. Viktor Petrov, the project's lead theoretical physicist, floated above her on a maintenance platform, his weathered face illuminated by holographic displays. "The aliens' designs assume materials we haven't even invented yet," he called down. "We're trying to build a quantum computer with stone tools." Maya smiled. "Then we'll have to get creative." She'd been handpicked by Sarah Martinez herself to lead the engineering team, and she hadn't come this far to give up. What if we approach it differently? Instead of trying to replicate their exact designs, let's work with what we have. The challenge before them was monumental. The alien designs utilized principles that seemed to violate the laws of physics, yet the math was undeniable. They'd spent the first year just developing new theoretical frameworks to understand how the technology worked. The breakthrough came from an unexpected source. Dr. James Chen, who'd helped discover the designs, had been studying ancient origami techniques in his spare time. "Look at this," he said during one late-night session, folding a piece of paper into an impossible shape. "The aliens aren't breaking physics, they're folding it." This insight led to a fundamental shift in their approach. Instead of trying to build the ship exactly as the aliens had designed, they began adapting the principles to work with Earth's technology. They couldn't manipulate quantum fields directly, but they could create resonance patterns that achieved similar effects. "The quantum harmonics are stabilizing," Maya announced, checking the latest readings. "Victor, look at this. We're getting a 97% efficiency rating on the field generation." The ship taking shape before them was unlike anything ever built on Earth. Its hull was a lattice of advanced metamaterials, designed to fold space around the vessel like a piece of cosmic origami. The quantum drive at its heart didn't so much push the ship through space as it convinced space to move around the ship. But Project Prometheus wasn't just about building a ship. It was about pushing human innovation to its limits. Every problem they encountered required new solutions, new ways of thinking that would have been impossible before the alien designs showed them what was possible. "We've got company," Victor announced, pointing to the observation deck where a group of officials in military uniforms had gathered. Among them was Fleet Admiral Helena Chen, the newly appointed head of Earth's Unified Space Force. Maya straightened her lab coat and headed up to meet them. As she explained their progress, she could see the mix of awe and skepticism on their faces. The Admiral, however, showed only keen interest. "So you're saying this ship will be able to reach Alpha Centauri in less than a day?" she asked. "In theory," Maya replied. "But what's more interesting is how it does it. The quantum drive doesn't just move through space. It creates a bubble of altered space-time around the ship. Inside that bubble, our normal laws of physics still apply. It's like carrying a piece of Earth with us into the cosmos." The Admiral nodded thoughtfully. "And the defensive capabilities?" Maya smiled. This was where human innovation had truly shone. "We've improved on the alien designs there. The same technology that lets us fold space for propulsion can be used to create impenetrable quantum shields. No conventional weapon could touch us." As the officials left, Maya returned to her work. The project was entering its final phase and tensions were high. Every system had to be perfect. They'd only get one chance to prove this technology worked. Late that night, as most of the facility slept, Maya stood before the nearly completed ship. Its hull gleamed under the harsh lights, the quantum-infused materials seemingly alive with possibility. We did it our way, didn't we? Sarah Martinez's voice came from behind her. The discoverer of the alien designs often visited to check on their progress. Maya nodded. The aliens gave us a roadmap, but we chose our own path. This ship, it's not just their technology anymore. It's human innovation built on alien principles. Sarah placed a hand on the hull, feeling the subtle vibration of the quantum fields. Do you think they knew? When they left those designs, did they know we'd make them our own? I think that was the point, Maya replied. They didn't give us answers. They gave us questions. And humanity has always been good at finding unexpected answers. As dawn broke over the desert, Project Prometheus stood ready. They had named the ship Daedalus, after the legendary inventor who dared to build wings and fly to freedom. Soon, it would carry humanity's dreams to the stars, not just with alien technology, but with human determination, creativity, and the relentless drive to push beyond their limits. The most outlandish ship ever built was ready for its maiden voyage, and it was more than anyone, human or alien, had imagined possible. The bridge of the Daedalus thrummed with nervous energy as final launch preparations were completed. Captain Diana Rodriguez, chosen for her extensive experience in experimental spacecraft, studied the pristine control interfaces before her. The quantum-enhanced systems responded to the slightest touch, almost seeming to anticipate her commands. All systems are green, reported Lieutenant Sarah Chen, Dr. Chen's daughter, and the ship's quantum systems specialist. Quantum bubble is stable and ready for activation. Maya Patel, now serving as chief engineer for the maiden voyage, monitored the drive readings from her station. Drive harmonics are nominal. We're ready when you are, Captain. Diana took a deep breath. Humanity's first quantum jump was about to begin. Initiate launch sequence. Take us out, nice and easy. The Daedalus rose silently from its desert berth, the quantum fields negating any need for conventional thrusters. As they ascended through the atmosphere, the crew felt none of the usual turbulence. Their bubble of altered space-time ensured a smooth passage. Approaching jump coordinates, Sarah announced as Earth shrank behind them, ready to initiate quantum translation in 3, 2, 1. Reality twisted. For a fraction of a second, every crew member felt as if they were simultaneously everywhere and nowhere. Then, suddenly, Alpha Centauri blazed before them. Jump successful. Sarah's voice cracked with excitement. All systems functioning perfectly. We've done it. The celebration was short-lived. Alarms blared across the bridge as their sensors detected multiple objects approaching at high speed. Contact. Lieutenant Marcus Wong, tactical officer, called out. 3 vessels on intercept course. Configuration unknown. Nothing like this in our database. The alien ships were beautiful and terrible to behold. They seemed to phase in and out of reality, their hulls rippling with patterns of energy that made them look more like living creatures than spacecraft. They're hailing us, Communications Officer Zora Patel reported, her fingers dancing over her console. The signal, it's using quantum entanglement. They're speaking English. Unknown vessel. A melodious voice filled the bridge. You have entered restricted space using unauthorized technology. Power down your systems and prepare for inspection. Diana straightened in her chair. This was first contact, and she wouldn't show weakness. This is Captain Diana Rodriguez of the Earth ship Daedalus. We are on a peaceful mission of exploration. We were unaware this region was restricted. Your vessel. The alien voice hesitated. It uses quantum fold technology. Where did you acquire this? We developed it ourselves. Diana replied proudly, based on designs we discovered in our solar system. A long silence followed. When the voice returned, it carried a note of disbelief. Impossible. The progenitor archives were supposed to be dormant for another 1,000 years. Your species should not have been capable of detecting them, let alone implementing their designs. Maya stepped forward. We didn't just implement them. We improved them. Our quantum bubble technology is unique to Earth. Another pause. Then, unexpectedly, a sound like crystalline laughter. Improved them. Young species, you are either incredibly brilliant or dangerously foolish. Perhaps both. I am Arkshan Zixtal of the Quantum Concordat. We are the guardians of progenitor technology in this sector. The alien ships surrounded the Daedalus, their energy patterns synchronizing in a dazzling display. Your vessel will be scanned. Do not resist. Before Diana could respond, waves of energy washed over their ship. The quantum bubble flickered but held steady, its human-engineered modifications actually strengthening it against the alien scan. Fascinating. Zixtal's voice held genuine surprise. Your quantum implementation is unorthodox, crude in some ways, yet elegant in others. You've created something new. Maya couldn't help but smile. That's kind of what humans do. We take ideas and make them our own. So we see. But you must understand. The progenitor archives were meant to guide species gradually into the galactic community. By accessing them early, you've disrupted the natural order. Many will see this as a threat. Diana leaned forward in her chair. We didn't ask for this technology, but now that we have it, we won't abandon it. We're explorers, not conquerors. We want to learn, to grow, to contribute to this galactic community you speak of. A holographic image appeared on their main screen, a being of crystalline structure and flowing energy. Zixtal's true form was both beautiful and alien. Perhaps that is exactly why the archives revealed themselves to you. The progenitor's ways were always mysterious. What happens now? Diana asked. Now you face a choice. The galactic community is not united. Some will welcome you, others will fear you. Your unorthodox ships and methods will draw attention, not all of it friendly. Diana looked around at her crew, seeing determination in their eyes. Then we'll face whatever comes, but we won't hide who we are, or what we can achieve. No, Zixtal agreed. I don't believe you will. Very well. You may proceed with your exploration, but be warned. News of your existence is already spreading. The most outlandish ships ever built have just announced humanity's arrival on the galactic stage. As the alien vessels prepared to depart, Zixtal transmitted one final message. Watch the shadows between stars. Humans, you are not the only ones who can reshape reality. The Daedalus hung in space, its quantum bubble shimmering with possibility. They had come seeking new frontiers and found themselves thrust into a complex galactic political landscape. But as Diana looked at her crew, she saw no fear, only excitement and determination. Their maiden voyage had become something far more significant. It was humanity's first step into a larger universe, and they had already proven they could innovate their way through any challenge. The most outlandish ships in human history were about to become legendary across the galaxy. In the 6 months since the Daedalus made first contact, Earth had transformed. Massive shipyards orbited the planet, each constructing vessels that pushed the boundaries of what was thought possible. But in a hidden facility beneath the Pacific Ocean, Maya Patil faced an even greater challenge. They're attacking our quantum bubbles differently now, she explained to the assembled military and scientific leadership. Holographic displays showed the aftermath of recent skirmishes with hostile alien forces. The Nexer Imperium has developed quantum disruption weapons specifically designed to counter our technology. Admiral Helena Chen frowned at the footage. Casualties? None, Maya replied with a hint of pride. Our improvements to the quantum bubble technology saved our ships. When the Nexer weapons hit, our bubbles don't pop. They flex and adapt. It's something they haven't seen before. The discovery that humanity had accessed the progenitor archives early had split the galactic community. While the Quantum Concordat advocated for patience and observation, other species saw Earth's rapid technological advancement as a threat. The Nexer Imperium, particularly, had taken aggressive action to contain the human problem. Show them the new design, Dr. Viktor Petrov called from his workstation. Maya nodded and brought up a new hologram, a ship unlike anything they'd built before. "We're calling it the Prometheus class," she explained. "It takes everything we've learned about quantum technology and pushes it further. The entire hull is a quantum computer capable of real-time space-time manipulation. It doesn't just create a bubble, it rewrites local physics on the fly." The assembled leaders murmured in amazement. Even their alien allies hadn't attempted anything this ambitious. "Is it safe?" Admiral Chen asked. Maya smiled. "That's the beautiful part. We're not forcing physics to do anything new. We're just asking it nicely to work differently. The ship creates a cascade of quantum possibilities and surfs the most favorable one." Before anyone could respond, alarms blared throughout the facility. A junior officer burst into the room. Multiple quantum signatures detected entering the solar system. "It's the largest Nexer fleet we've seen yet." Admiral Chen snapped into action. "How many ships do we have ready?" 3 Prometheus-class vessels are complete," Maya reported. "The Hyperion, Atlas, and Helios can launch within the hour." "Launch them," Chen ordered. "And Maya, you're going up there too. If these ships are as revolutionary as you say, they'll need their creator at the helm." The next few hours were a blur of activity. Maya found herself on the bridge of the Hyperion, surrounded by screens showing the approaching Nexer fleet. Their ships were dark and angular, designed to tear holes in reality itself. "Nexer fleet is launching quantum disruptors," Tactical reported. "Impact in 30 seconds." Maya took a deep breath. "Initiate quantum cascade. Let's show them what these ships can really do." As the Nexer weapons approached, the Prometheus-class ships began to change. Their hulls rippled with impossible geometries, each vessel seemingly existing in multiple states simultaneously. The quantum disruptors passed harmlessly through them, their energy absorbed and redistributed through dimensions the Nexer hadn't even known existed. By the progenitors came a familiar voice over their comms. Archon Zixtel's ship decloaked nearby, having watched the exchange. "You've done it again. Your ships, they're not just adapting to attacks, they're learning from them." Maya grinned. "That's the point. Every attack makes us stronger. We don't just build ships, we build ships that evolve." The Nexer fleet hesitated, their weapons proving useless against Earth's new defenders. Then, remarkably, they began to retreat. "This is not over," a harsh Nexer voice broadcast on all frequencies. "Your abomination ships cannot protect you forever." "Maybe not," Maya replied, though they couldn't hear her. "But they'll protect us long enough to build something even better." In the aftermath of the battle, Maya stood in her lab, studying the data from their ship's performance. The quantum cascades had worked better than she'd hoped, opening up new possibilities she hadn't even considered. "The Nexer are spreading word of their defeat," Admiral Chen reported, entering the lab. "Our allies in the Quantum Concordat say this could change everything. No species has ever developed quantum technology in this direction before." "Because they're all trying to follow the progenitor designs exactly," Maya explained. "We looked at them as inspiration, not instruction. The most outlandish ships ever built aren't just our protection. They're our contribution to galactic science. And what happens when other species start copying our designs?" Maya smiled, pulling up schematics for her next project. "Then we'll just have to keep innovating. The quantum cascade technology is already showing possibilities we never imagined. Who knows what we'll build next?" As if in response, the quantum field generators in her lab hummed to life, their energy patterns forming new and unexpected configurations. The arms race had begun, but humanity wasn't just keeping pace. They were changing the rules of the game entirely. The most outlandish ships in the galaxy were about to become even more extraordinary, and Maya couldn't wait to see what impossible dream they'd make reality next. The observation deck of the Ganymede Research Station hummed with excited whispers as representatives from 20 different species gathered to witness humanity's latest achievement. Maya Patel stood before them, Older now, but her eyes still bright with the same innovative spirit that had revolutionized quantum ship design. 10 years ago, she began, we discovered the progenitor archives and took our first steps into quantum technology. Today, we're about to show you something that even the progenitors never imagined possible. Behind her, through the station's massive viewport, a patch of space began to shimmer. The assembled aliens leaned forward, their various sensory organs focused intently on the display. "Behold the Ascendant," Maya announced as reality itself seemed to unfold. The ship that emerged defied conventional description. Its hull wasn't merely a quantum computer anymore. It was a living quantum equation, constantly solving itself. The vessel existed in multiple quantum states simultaneously, each one enhancing the others in ways that even the most advanced alien scientists struggled to comprehend. "Impossible," whispered Annexer scientists, their earlier hostility forgotten in the face of such innovation. "The energy requirements alone. That's the beauty of it," Maya explained, unable to hide her pride. "The Ascendant doesn't need external energy. It harvests quantum fluctuations from the fabric of space itself. The more it travels, the stronger it becomes." Archon Zixtal, now Earth's strongest ally in the quantum concordat, moved forward. "You've exceeded even our highest expectations, my friends. When we first detected your quantum bubble technology, we thought you were merely clever primitives. Now you're teaching us new ways to view reality itself." The demonstration continued as the Ascendant performed maneuvers that should have been impossible. It didn't just fold space, it rewrote the local laws of physics to suit its needs. When it accelerated, it didn't move through space so much as it convinced space to move around it. "But this isn't even the most impressive part," Maya announced. "Captain Rodriguez, if you would." Diana Rodriguez, still commanding humanity's most advanced vessels after all these years, activated the Ascendant's primary systems. The ship began to change, its form shifting like a dream made real. Where one ship had been, now 3 existed, each one feeding off the quantum possibilities of the others. "The Ascendant isn't just one ship," Maya explained to the stunned audience. "It's every possible version of itself, existing simultaneously. We've learned to navigate the quantum probability space itself, allowing our ships to be everywhere they might need to be." A low murmur of astonishment rippled through the alien delegates. Even the most advanced species had never considered using quantum mechanics this way. "Humanity," Zixtal announced, their crystalline form glowing with excitement. "You have done more than create the most outlandish ships ever seen. You have opened new paths of scientific understanding that will benefit all species." But Maya wasn't finished. "What you're seeing is just the beginning. We've detected patterns in quantum probability space that suggest, well, perhaps it's better to show you." At her signal, the Ascendant initiated its final sequence. The ship's quantum field expanded, revealing glimpses of other realities, other universes. For a brief moment, everyone present could see the infinite layers of existence, all interconnected through the quantum foam of reality. "We're not just building ships anymore," Maya said softly. "We're building bridges between possibilities. The progenitors showed us the door, but we found our own way through it." As the demonstration concluded, the alien representatives buzzed with excitement and apprehension. Humanity hadn't just caught up to the galactic community, they had blazed past into unknown territory. Later, alone in her lab, Maya studied the quantum probability readings from the demonstration. Each new discovery led to more questions, more possibilities to explore. A holo message from Diana appeared on her desk. "The Concordat is already requesting permission to study our designs," Diana reported. "Even the Nexer are talking about technological exchange programs now." "We did it, Maya. We changed everything." Maya smiled, looking at the schematics for her next project, something even more ambitious than the Ascendant. "We're not done yet, Diana. The universe is infinite, and so are the possibilities. The most outlandish ships ever built are just the beginning." Outside her window, Earth glowed blue and beautiful, its orbital shipyards busy constructing the next generation of quantum vessels. Humanity had found its edge, not in copying alien technology, but in reimagining what was possible. They had taken the progenitor's gift and transformed it into something entirely new, proving that sometimes the most extraordinary innovations come from seeing old problems in new ways. The stars beckoned, full of endless possibilities, and humanity was ready to explore them all, one impossible ship at a time.